All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We're going to be taking a look at Cisco, okay? CSCO, all right? This is the stock that I really want to show you guys, and I'm going to, break down why I'm looking at it and why there's some great potential. I do viewer requests every single week, all right? So if you wanted to see me break down your favorite stock, a stock that you don't see somebody else covering or giving you some good analysis on, make sure to let me know in the comments below, okay? Because, I do those every single week, all right? So first thing we're going to look at here is this long-term trend line on our daily chart, okay? We had a very clean, very big bullish engulfing candle, okay? And we were able to break out past that and keep that momentum going, okay? We also have a very massive daily gap up to fill, okay? These gaps tend to fill in the stock market about 90 to 95% of the time historically. The question is when, right? So you have to set yourself up and position yourself accordingly for when these gaps can fill, and you have to ask yourself the questions, can this fill anytime soon? Or is this going to take a year, 5 years, 6 months? Who knows how long to fill, right? The reason that I'm looking at it, okay, is because we're potentially having a breakout past the 1.0 level on the fibs, and our 1272 level and our 1618 level is actually in the gap up to fill, right? So if we're able to maintain this breakout past the 1.0 level on our fibs, they do the price targets for the fibs do have us entering into this gap up to fill. All right, so really some lucrative opportunities here. Another thing I want to highlight to you guys is what I like to call bullish divergence on the RSI. Okay, so that's when we're actually making a low. All right, and as you can see here, this is our lowest low. All right, look at our RSI here. The RSI, bottomed out here at 26. Okay, and when we created this newer low, right, we actually made higher lows of 35 on the RSI. So, when you're seeing the stock price drop, okay, but the relative strength index increase, that's what's known as bullish divergence, and it's an indicator that you may see bullish activity in the future, right? It's not 100% guaranteed or everybody would be rich billionaires, but it's one of my favorite setups for swing trading, right? So we'll go ahead and break down some of the price levels right here on the fibs that I'm looking at. Okay, and again, this is our 1.0 level on our fibs. We were able to break above that, and we closed just below, pretty much right at it today. Okay, we closed at 44.46. I have that level there at 44.48. So it is a good sign. We opened above and closed right at it. All right. We're going to want to see, can we maintain this price level, right? If we can hold 44.48 as support, then we're going to head up here towards 45.46, okay, and 46.72. That also lining up with the daily gap that we have to fill. All right. So there's two ways you can play it, right? You can wait till we get a pullback, okay, to 43.7 or 43.09 and try to add a position into there, okay? Or what you can do is you can enter in and then just have a stop loss below 44.48, right? That's really the two ways that I would play this. I was really looking to get into it yesterday, but I missed my entry on it. It would have been a pretty good day trade. But we're looking at it today and it's setting up nicely. Okay, so we could pull back, and if we pull back, we'd like to see a bounce off of this bullish divergence trend line, right? We'd like to see the RSI pull back and find support along that trend line. And if we see it pull back, we'd like to see it find support around 43.07 or 43.09. Those are going to be the main price levels that I'm watching, with 42.66 kind of being like your area where you may want to get out, right? That would be like kind of like a stop loss area, just depending on how you're looking to play this, right? There's multiple ways to play it. You can short it below 44.48 down to 43.7, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm just showing it to you guys because it had some really nice setups. Okay, we had a very nice W pattern. Okay, boom, 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 nice little double bottom, double W pattern, whatever you want to call it, combined with the bullish divergence and combined with the daily gap, really gives some high quality setups, right? So you have three things on your side, right? You have bullish divergence, that's one thing, right? Then you have a daily gap up to fill. That's two things, right? Then you have the break of the trend line. All right. That's three things. And then you have the nice W pattern forming. That's actually four things, right? So, when you want to enter a trade, and when, people ask me, like, how do you find swing trades? How do you find plays to get into? I want to see at least two or three indicators, right? If I'm bullish or bearish, right? If I'm bullish, I want to see at least some form of bullish divergence on, maybe a 1 hour chart for, a day trade, right? Or on the daily chart for like a swing trade, or the weekly chart for a swing trade, right? You want to see, are we at a major, trend line of resistance? Are we going to be able to break out past that, right? Is there any chart patterns, right? Like the double bottom. Once you see the double bottom and the W forming, you say, okay, well, we have bullish divergence. We have a potential double bottom that could turn into a W pattern, and we have the gap up to fill. There's a lot of things, right? So, hopefully this provides some clarity and some perspective on, how I look at my trades, and how I, plan on what I want to enter and what I want to exit. Again, not really in Cisco at the time. I had plenty of bullish positions this week, and we ended up pulling back today. Really didn't want to just over add. The next week we have FOMC meeting, right? And I'm expecting, so for volatility to increase. I'm actually looking at getting some VIX call options just in case the VIX skyrockets up to 30 to 34, as is done each FOMC meeting. All right, so thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to let me know what stock you want to see in the next video.